Get connected into the practice. Get connected into your space. Take the time to land into your tall seat. Maybe soften your gaze or shift gaze close. And then just start to take a scan through your body. Starting through your toes, to the balls of your feet, into your arches, into your heels. Up into your ankles, to your shins, and through your calves, your knees. Down into your hamstrings. Through your glutes, hips, through your lower back, mid back, and upper back. Into your shoulders, down through your arms, to the elbows, wrist, all the way to your fingers. And then you're going to bring your hands on top of your knees with the palms of your hands rotated towards your knees. Just see if you can sit just a little bit taller. Feeling a little opening into your chest. You're going to bring your right hand to your left knee, tenting your left fingers behind and just taking a gentle twist towards the back of your room. And this might be your first twist of the day. I always think it's nice just to kind of ring things out. And trying to keep the weight through the center of your body and out of your left hand. So keeping that integrity engaged through your core. That's how you start to pull your weight into center. You're then going to release that twist. Come into center. Find a tall seat. Lift of heart, lift of gaze. Left hand to your right knee, tenting your right fingers behind. Gentle twist. Just see how your breath is traveling. Places where it might feel stilted. Places where it's flowing freely. You're then going to release the twist, coming into center. You're going to extend your right foot forward. And bring the sole of your left foot inside of your right. You're going to reach your hands up into sky. And you're finding the length. The cue for this is about finding this length. And you want to carry that length forward. And just sort of let your hands fall to wherever they come to. Are you feeling some release into your lower back, into your glutes, hamstring, down all the way to your toes. You're going to come back up into seated and extend your left foot forward. Sole of your right foot comes inside. You're going to find this length through your torso and carry that forward. Maybe you're feeling this not just behind your leg, but in other places. And just taking notice. I always think about sort of channeling my breath into those spaces, just needing a little extra attention. But starting to feel the fullness of your breath. And come back up into seated. I'm going to give you a couple of options. You can come into tabletop. I'm going to do this forward, but you're getting wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, hugging navel in towards spine. Always remember that you can bring a blanket to provide a little cushion for your knees. Or roll your mat over just to give another support for your knees. If you're not feeling like tabletop tonight, you can stay seated. You're just going to extend your right leg out at a diagonal. So it's not straight forward, it's at the diagonal. So I'm doing this facing forward tonight for my tabletop, because what you're going to do is extend your right foot out to the right side. So you're on the big toe side of your right foot. So looking to get some sensation to the inside of your right leg. If you're doing this from a seated position, you're going to take a gentle side bend. Just sort of shifting gaze close. Just channeling into where you're sort of feeling the feedback in your body. We're going to take a few more moments here. And then you'll bring your knee back under your hip and take it to the other side. So you're going to send your left foot out on the big toe side of your left foot. Sort of pressing that side of your foot into the earth. Letting some traction maybe into your hip. Maybe just reaching that foot out just a little bit more, finding the length to get some opening into your hip. And again, if you're doing this from a seat, you're just extending your left foot out to a diagonal and taking a side bend over to the left. So instead of facing your head forward, just your side body, keeping your gaze forward to the front of your space is what you're going for here. We're just looking to get an opening into the inside of your left leg. We'll take a few more moments here. And then bring your left knee back under your hip. And we're going to take some cat-cows. So you can do this seated or from table. So in your table, you're just going to round to the back side, shifting gaze towards your knees. Shift tailbone up, soft gaze to front of space. Round through the back side, gaze towards your knees. Drop the chest down, soft gaze to front of space. And you're just going to keep exploring these two spaces. In a seat, come to a seat, and you'll just cross. If you had your right leg in front of before, just switch to your left. Your cat is hugging navel in towards spine, rolling your shoulders forward. And then lift of heart, rolling shoulders back. And again, just exploring these two spaces. Take a few more breaths here. And then you'll start to guide yourself back into neutral. And I'm just going to show this from tabletop, but you're just going to come to a low lunge. So you're just going to step your right foot forward. Maybe nudge your left foot back. Again, maybe you place a blanket under your knee. You're going to walk your hands up your shin to your knee. And then just lean into your right knee. Keeping your gaze forward, so not rounding into the space, but keeping the length through your torso. And then you're going to lower your hands to your mat. You're going to bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. You're going to curl your left toes under to lift up your left knee. And you're going to walk your hands down the left side of your mat to come into the straddle fold. You're going to lengthen out through your backside. And exhale, release into the fold. Just feeling the release to the back side of your body. You can breathe into this space. Deep and full breath. You're going to bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands to the back of your mat, bringing your toes to your back of your mat. Lower your right knee to your mat. Get grounded into your feet. You're going to uncurl those right toes. Walk your hands up your left knee. And then just lean forward into your left knee, getting some traction into your right hip flexor, maybe in through your upper quad. Gaze is forward. And then lower your hands down to your mat. Your left hand is to the inside of your left foot. You're going to curl your right toes under to lift up your right knee. Walk your hands on that side edge of your mat. On your inhale, you're going to lengthen out through the backside. Exhale, release into the fold. You're then going to walk your hands to the front of your mat, spinning your toes to the front of your mat. Then step your left foot to the front of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. You're going to step your feet hip width distance apart. It's like there's two fists in between your feet. You're going to bring your hands to opposite elbows and release into a ragdoll. So a gentle bend in your knees. Release through the back side of the body. And you can sway your ragdoll from side to side. Or stay in stillness. Whatever speaks to you. And then lower your hands to your mat. Bring your hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands up to sky. And exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. And exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Then you're going to step your feet together. Hug the feet in together, shins in together. It's like you have one leg and you're melding it together. You'll then extend your fingers towards earth, palms face front of space. Lift of heart, lift of gaze. Lengthen your breath. Find the length in your inhale and the length in your exhale. Letting the side ribs sort of expand with your breath. Letting the fullness of your breath. On your inhale, you're going to reach your right hand up to sky and take a side bend over to the left. Even grounded into your right foot. So then lower your right arm down and extend your left hand up to sky. Taking a side bend over to the right. And keep reaching out, carrying that length over. And then you'll lower your left arm down. On your inhale, you're going to send both your hands up to sky. On your exhale, you're going to lower your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and hug your shoulder blades together. You're going to step your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift you up in heart. Exhale, fold, reaching hands up towards sky. A gentle openness through your chest. And then lower your hands to your mat. Hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. On your inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands on your mat. Step back into your plank. With knees lifted or lowered, you're going to guide yourself to your abdomen. Inhale carries you into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Lift up into a tabletop. Curl toes under. Downward facing dog. You're going to keep your gaze on your feet at the back of your mat. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Like there's 2 fists in between your feet. Gentle bend in your knees. Really pressing the soles of your palms into your mat. You're then going to look to your hands and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands on your mat. Step your left foot to back of mat. Rotate your left heel down. You're lining up for your warrior one. So your left foot's on the left side of your mat. Your right foot's on the right side of your mat. I'm just going to rotate forward just so you can kind of see the alignment. My feet are on different paths. You're going to come into your warrior one. You're going to rise up into your warrior. So bend into your right knee, and you're rotating this left hip forward. It's not squaring, but you feel the traction in through the hip. You're then going to lower your hands to your hips. So you can get a little bit more rotation into your hip, but don't overdo it. Bring your hands into heart center. Reach your hands to sky. You're going to lower your hands to your mat to frame your right foot. Swing onto the ball of your left foot at the back of your mat. I'm just going to rotate to face the other way. You're going to lengthen out through your right leg. We're coming into a modified pyramid. Take whatever bend you can to keep your hands on a block or on your mat. You're going to take a bend back into your right knee. On your exhale, lengthen out through your right leg. Inhale, bring a bend back into your right knee. Inhale, lengthen out. And just folding over your right leg. Squaring in the hips. Your right hip's going to want to be forward, so tuck it back. You'll then take a bend back into your right knee and step your left foot to the front of your mat. Hands to your shins to lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands on your mat. You're then going to step your right foot to the back of the mat, rotating your right heel down. Again, left foot's on the left side of your mat. Right foot's on the right side of your mat. You've got hips, so you want them to square through to rise up into your warrior one. You're going to bring your hands to your hips. Rotate your right hip forward. Tuck your left hip in. And just finding that traction through your hip. Once you find the space where you're starting to feel some engagement, reach your hands back up to sky. Bring your hands into heart center. Gaze is straight forward. You'll then lower your hands to your mat, framing your left foot. Spin your right toes forward. We're going to come into this rolling pyramid. On your exhale, you're going to lengthen out through your right leg. And if you feel like your fingers are just coming off your mat, just take a more of a gentle bend. Inhale, take a bend back into your left knee. Exhale, lengthen out through the left side. Inhale brings you back into a bend into your left knee. Exhale, lengthen out. We're going to take a pause here to see if you can rotate your right hip a little bit forward, tucking your left hip back. Breathe into this space. I'm going to take a few more breaths here. You'll take a bend back into your left knee and step your right foot to the front of your mat. On your inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. And exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands on your mat, step back into your plank, lower all the way to your abdomen. You're going to set your hands back so your fingertips are beneath the rib cage. This gives you space to lift up into a full cobra. Gaze is straight forward. You're going to curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. You're going to shift your gaze close and breathe into the space. Letting the course of your breath from your fingers all the way to your toes. On your next exhale, you're going to lower your knees to your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Knees go to the side edges of your mat, releasing back into a child's pose. Smooth and gentle breath. Maybe making little movements of your head from side to side on your mat. It's grounding into your space. And then you're going to walk your hands back to your knees just to come up to seated. You're going to come into this hero's pose. So you're going to lower your hips to your heels. Gaze is forward. If this feels like too much opening into your quads, you're just going to come to a tall seat. So just crossing the non-habitual foot in front of the other. In the seat, you're going to reach your hands to sky and lower your hands behind your head. You're going to interlace your fingers and sort of nestle your head. Hug the shoulder blades together. And literally just resting your head into the palm of your hands, like you're taking the weight off of your shoulders. You might use your thumbs as a little massage for the sides of your neck, and sort of releasing out from the day. See if you can just hug those shoulder blades together a little bit more. And then you'll lower your hands back down to your mat. You're just going to rotate your legs forward and then lower down onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest. You're going to lower your feet to your mat and bring the soles of your feet to touch, opening up in the knees. You're going to rest your hands wherever feels comfortable for you. Keeping with an intentional breath in and guided breath out. Start to feel the release into your shoulders, release into your back, natural curvature in your lower back, and the drop of your hips. You're going to use your hands to bring your knees back into center, and you're going to hug your right knee into your chest. You're going to bring your peace fingers to your right toes and hug that knee in towards your armpit. You're going to rest your left hand onto your left hip. You can extend your left foot to the end of your mat or keep the sole of the foot on your mat, whatever feels good for your back. Coming into this half happy baby. So you can extend that right foot out, hug the knee in towards your armpit, maybe the right foot goes straight up to sky, hug it back in. But really taking any organic movements that are calling to you. And again, you can keep the sole of your left foot on your mat or extend it forward, however this speaks to you. You can stay in stillness. And then you'll release your hand from your knee or from your toes. Hug that knee back into your chest. You're going to bring your left hand to your right knee. Extend your right hand out to a half T, palm up towards sky, and then lower your right knee over to the left. And your gaze can be towards the left, up towards sky, or towards the right. And just breathe into the space. You'll bring your right knee back into center. Hug your knee in towards your chest. And then lower that foot towards your mat. And then we're just going to take this to the other side. So hug your left knee in. Maybe a little wiggle of the toes, rotation of the ankle. Again, extending the right foot forward if that feels good for you, or keeping the sole of the foot on your mat. Just a little protection for the lower back. However this speaks. And then the hand can come to your toes or behind your knee. And then just sort of playing with this side. Sort of what is the side telling you? Reaching the foot out, hugging the knee in. Find the orientation that works for you. Or simply staying in stillness. You release whatever you have, hugging your left knee back into center. Bring your right hand to your left knee, and then lower your left knee over to the right. And shift your gaze towards the left, anywhere that speaks to you. Gonna bring that knee back into center. Hug your knee into your chest. And lower your left foot to your mat. You're going to step your feet to the side edges of your mat. Windshield wiper the knees over to the right, then over to the left. Bring your knees back up to center and extend your feet to the end of your mat. Resting your arms out, space between your arms and your side body. You're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it all out. Shavasana. You're going to take some welcoming breath back into your body. Making some gentle movement with your fingers and your toes. Soles of feet will come to your mat. And then you'll roll over to your favorite side. You'll then press in with the palm of your hand to earth to guide yourself up into seated. Just taking a gentle seat and keeping your gaze closed. Just take a moment here to bring into mind the space of peace. Sometimes in the sort of hurry of the day, it's nice to give ourselves just a little reminder. It might be a picture that you have on your desk or your screensaver to your computer. Something that when your vision goes there, and it instills this feeling of peace. So I want you to call that into your vision. The space that brings you calmness. For me, as a girl that likes to be outside, I always lean towards nature. There is this visual beauty of stepping into the woods. Sort of like nature's warm hug of inviting you in. And the feel of the leaves, the smell of the air, the sound of little branches falling or birds chirping. What does your space feel like? What are the sounds that welcome you in? What is the scent of the space around you? What is the beauty of that space? We're just going to take this time here for you to be in this space of serenity and all that it brings to you. The touch of it, the feel of it, the scent of it, the sound. Just be in this space and all of the beauty that it embraces for you. As you walk deeper into the space, you might just feel that the energy in you just lightens. The softness, the warmth of it, the hug of being in a space of beauty, a space of calmness. And I don't want you to leave the space behind. This is a reminder that that space is always there for you. That when times are feeling unsettled, that you have the power to awaken the space. And just shift your gaze close or stare at a picture of this beautiful space, but this space is always with you. You're going to place your right hand over your heart. Just embracing that you've come into this space this evening to get in touch with you, to get in touch with your space of calmness, and awaken the space of beauty that you hold within. And then you'll place your left hand over your right. It's just a symbol of us coming together in this space to hold each other up, to be together. I bow chin to chest in beauty of your practice. It is always a pleasure to be with you. I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.